Thank you for watching on this Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I'm David Carroll.
And I'm Greg Glover. Cindy Sexton is off today. An immigration lawyer is explaining how the deportation process works. This after a man who was supposed to be deported a number of times ended up being arrested again in Chattanooga. Adelvis Rodriguez Carmona was illegally in the U.S. and is a known member of the TDA gang. He's been on the ICE radar since July of 2022. Most recently, in March, he was detained in Wisconsin as he awaited immigration removal hearings. It's not clear what happened between then and his arrest last week.
And in just a moment, you'll hear from Dallas Payton. Dallas has been talking to an immigration lawyer about this process because many of you have questions about it.
Dallas took those questions to a person in the know. Dallas, what can you tell us?
Hey Greg, David, there are many ways where undocumented immigrants could receive a notice to appear telling them they have to appear in immigration court. Immigration attorney Terry Olson says the most common NTA is from committing a crime like assault and battery, reckless DUI, fraud, and more. If arrested, there is typically a 48 to 72 hour ICE hold to release the undocumented immigrant or keep them in jail. Olson explains what happens after a release.
You'd be taken to an ICE, not jail, but a center for like a day or two before you're taken to the main center, and then the center is usually an hour or two from the immigration court. But now with immigration court, a lot of immigration court is on WebEx.
Olson says there are several steps in immigration court, but a master hearing is held first.
A master hearing is just the first hearing where you actually schedule what will happen. What will the international argue? Do they have any benefits, immigration benefits, any ways that they can stay here? Okay, and then if the immigration judge, the IJ, and ICE counsel and your attorney can come to terms with it, then they're going to say, okay, we have 3-4 months until we have the actual hearing.
During the individual hearing, you get a chance to argue your case on why you should stay in the U.S.
The IJ at the master hearing does not think that there's any reason why you should stay here or any immigration benefit, or they can just offer you to just actually depart on your own within maybe 3 to 4 months.
Olson says he doesn't see that being the case now, and it being hard to argue any benefits which will lead to an expedited removal. He says there might be a slight chance to stay in the U.S.
If you can prove that you rehabbed yourself, that you corrected your actions within 10 years and you don't have anything on record, you can argue that in court. So I think the issue is going to become, though, will the new administration allow there to be time for you to argue those actual corrective actions, or will they expedite these hearings?
Now, if a person is removed from the U.S., Olson says they are often put on a plane and sent back to their home country. David?
Dallas,